Okay, power to the people. Happy Black History Month. It's me, Kay. I'm here today to. Whoo, child. We coming here today with a semi-heavy spirit because we just watched the homegoing of Billy the Baker, aka Coach Daddy, aka Coach Stepdaddy Baker. Y'all, this was season 5, episode 12, called Lost Ones. I'm just coming to give a few words. I ain't gonna be before you long because I got things to do. But y'all still my people though. You feel me? So y'all, I was reading, of course. I was like, as soon as I found out that Coach Billy lost his life last episode, I just knew. I was like, Tay Diggs is leaving the show and I need to know why. Okay? So come to find out, him and NK, if y'all ain't caught up to speed by now, him and NK, who was the producer of the show, always had this agreement saying that any event that they didn't want to be on the show, they would let each other know and they would properly send the character off, right? So that was the case with Billy for Tay Diggs. And he felt like, this was a proper way to send off Coach Baker, even though it was abrupt. We never saw it coming, but I guess that's just the best way to do it. I think that this episode, let me just say, for the most part of season 5, I've been frustrated because I felt like the episodes were going nowhere. But now that we're coming toward the end of the season, I feel like the writing has gotten, I guess they just had to get us there and we just had to be patient. If All American keeps making episodes like it did these last few episodes, All American can definitely have a 10-season show. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and hold you. Like, I know eventually all things must come to an end, like the show All American. But right now, I know it has gotten renewed for season 6. I don't see season 6 being the end of All American, the series. I just don't. Especially with us starting new beginnings, like Asher becoming a father or Jamie being pregnant. But of course, we're just going to simply deal with everybody's grief around the loss of Billy Baker. My heart just went out to Jabari so much because, one, it's already, extremely traumatizing. I know this is a fake show, y'all, but we got to go with it because we're watching the series. Just at how they painted Jabari, it was beautifully written, but that was hard, like, to watch as a viewer, especially somebody who's still managing their own grief from losing a loved one. Like, grief is a weird thing, and it does show that as far on the show as Laura is concerned. I'm thinking this is Laura's episode. Again, so for the next 4 episodes, we're going on hiatus. We come back March 13th, which I don't know why they're doing that, especially like right now. Like, you let us bury Billy the Baker and then y'all go on a hiatus? Like, what? But anyway, so the next 4 episodes will include tonight's episode, will chronicle everybody's grief journey. Yesterday we had Laura's. Following Laura's, we will have Spencer's, Olivia's, and Jordan. I don't know in what order we will get those, but back to Jabari. The way that we didn't know, for example, last episode, we knew Billy lost his life, but we didn't know the status of Jabari. So I was glad in the beginning of the episode they mentioned Jabari and we was able to know the status of what happened. So we see that Jabari is not hurt. He's well able-bodied. Nothing happened to him. I'm kind of glad because I didn't want the Billy's death to be in vain. And sorry y'all. I didn't want Billy's death to be in vain. And it's just the fact that, like, I wonder if they're going to depict on screen survivor's remorse because Jabari was saved and then Billy lost his life trying to save him. It was hard to watch Grace question Jabari being at the house because, you know, he's the reason why her husband is no longer here. She kind of placed the blame on him, but then she was like, Billy made a choice. And, you know, in terms of being the spouse of a coach, like, a lot of the times it's not really told on screen the things that a coach's wife goes through and how much she has to be willing to share her spouse with, you know, the kids that the coaches or the students or whoever the coach is, you know, coaching at the time. And how much dedication Billy and sacrifice Billy did, you know, contribute to the Crenshaw community and to the Beverly High community. I was surprised not to see any Beverly Hills people there from the school, especially since he coached there. But it was just all Crenshaw because, of course, that was the neighborhood that he was from. Oh my God, it hurt me to watch Grace go through that because I couldn't imagine anything happening to my spouse. Like, oh my gosh, like, I know it was just a character, but it just really made you feel like her grief and what was going on, you know, on the episode. Even to the point where she was just like, I don't want to share him no more. I done shared him enough. I want this homegoing to be private with close family and friends only. I don't want nobody else there. The homegoing service was nice. And of course the casket was closed. But it was just hard. And then we did have a little glimmer of sunshine, you know, when Asher told JJ that Jamie was pregnant and that I think that JJ might be the first person, well, he told Coach Baker, but JJ is the first of the friends to know that Asher and Jamie are expecting. And so it's just crazy because a life left and then a life is being born. So it was just, you know, crazy. Spencer is not handling the death well. He is trying his hardest to be there for everybody because he feel like it's his obligation, especially after he ignored Billy's phone call. But stuff like this, I'm interested to see how they're going to depict that on screen because he's going to have to deal with some regret, you know? And I'm just interested to see, you know, what he's going to do because he's been bottling everything. His mom even tried to check him a few times and he just was like, I'm fine. He's running everything, organizing everything for the Bakers and everything like that. And so I'm just interested to see, like, how that's going to play out because he basically is like just existing at this point. Well, at this point in the story. He's going through the motions. He talked about how he went through this with Sean, how he went through this with his dad, and now Billy. And Billy was like his second chance at having a dad. And sometimes I think the audience can agree with me that Billy was even, Spencer might have even viewed Billy more of a father than his own dad. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, wow. And then Olivia, like, she just wanted to be supportive to her mom, but she don't know how. And then she ended up finding that bottle of Brown in her daddy's drawer. So I'm feeling like we about to start going back down the dark path Olivia was on with drinking. Hopefully not. I really hope that they don't make her have a relapse on screen. But as a person, that is an addict, you know, it's typical. Well, not me, Olivia. You know, typically when an addict goes through a traumatic event, sometimes causes them, it triggers them to have a relapse. And Jordan is just trying to be strong for his family. He's trying to be the man of the house. He's trying to be, you know, as strong as he can be. But even with him, I don't know how he's handling, like, you know, the thing with his dad. So I'm interested to see that. I know that he was able to create that beautiful, you know, celebration of life at Crenshaw for his dad. And even GW was on his best behavior. I was so happy for GW because I was just like, GW was cutting up back in the day, but it was nice to know that since the last time we saw GW, even though he's been away, that he said him and Billy's relationship had changed and that they had this routine where they would speak every Wednesday. They would always tell each other they loved each other. And so he felt, even though Billy lost his life so tragically, he was in a good place about it because he did, you know, what he was supposed to do. And sometimes, you know, when you had a good relationship with that person, yeah, it may hurt, but sometimes that does help you be able to process the loss a little bit better than most. I know for me, when I lost my loved one recently, I was there for them during their, you know, last days. And I did the best I could to support, you know, my mom, you know, and everything the best way I could, you know, to support you know what I'm saying? And like, even though it was taxing, I would do it all over again because I know when that person left here, I was in a good place with that person. And I didn't have anything to worry about or to constantly, you know, rehash my mind. But yeah, y'all. It was just sad. I couldn't see what Patience. I know Patience was chatting that girl, but I couldn't see what she was saying or what the girl was saying. I don't know. I just feel like they left us in the dark with Patience. And I also feel like they left us in the dark with JJ because there's a lot going on with JJ. Layla called him trash and Liv put him out the house because he came over there after he had some drinks. He wasn't drunk, but he had drank, you know, and she could smell it on him. And so he was a little upset she was upset about that. And rightfully so, you know, JJ, I can't wait till we find out what's going on with JJ. Like, what's the story behind him drinking and stuff? Because JJ always has been a partier. But sometimes it is depicted on the show on screen to me that he's maybe dealing with a little something more that they haven't really addressed on screen yet. I was happy to see Grace and Coach Daddy, Principal Carter be there for Grace. I was also happy to see Dylan because Dylan ain't been up there in a month of Sundays. Yeah. I'm interested to see how Alicia is going to come into all of this because, you know, her and Spencer are supposed to be together and they ain't really said nothing about it. Alicia is giving Lando on All American. We ain't seen 63 episodes. We don't know what's happening with her. We don't know. But I'm pretty sure the loss of Coach Billy is going to probably lead to the demise of Spencer and Alicia. And because Spencer and Olivia are grief-stricken, that'll probably bring them back close together because Spencer is not going to allow Olivia to go down a downward spiral, especially with alcohol. He's just not going to allow that. But yeah, y'all. So yeah, that's my review for All American. It was heavy. Second heavy episode in a row, but we got through it. Our hearts will be able to heal over the next 2 weeks since we on hiatus, and we will still probably be grieving the loss of Coach Billy Baker. So, yeah, it'll probably take us the rest of the season, you know, to get over it, and then some of season 6. So, yeah, y'all. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more videos. Deuces.